I'm Eliza, which you all already know. Okay, so basically going into the summer, I think all of us were a little apprehensive, but not because we were nervous to go to Israel or be with our friends, but I think because we really had no expectations. I mean, for me, I can say that I had no idea what it was going to be like going to Israel on a tour, going with like a lot of people and constantly living out a suitcase, and we found out what that was like. But people would ask me like, what are you doing this summer? And I'd say, oh, I'm going to Israel with naaleh. And they'd be like, yeah, that's so exciting. And I'd be like, yeah, that's really exciting. And then I'd be like, but you know, I'm going to be in Israel, so if it sucks, it's not that bad. I'm in Israel, like, can't be too bad. And so that's what I kind of reassured myself. It was like a defense mechanism. Like, whatever, I'm still in Israel, it'll be fine. So then, you know, it got closer and closer, and I was asking my friends. I was asking Camille Brenner, she lives near me, Cammy Brenner. She went on naaleh last year, and I was asking her like a ton of questions, like what should I pack, what should I do? She's like, yeah, like bring a lot of shorts and t-shirts. Like, thanks, Camille, awesome. Like she didn't prepare me at all for like anything that was gonna happen. So then I got to camp, and I saw all my camp friends, and it wasn't the same group, but it was still us. And it had been a really hard year for all of us, and I knew just like then that like no matter what, it was gonna be okay. I'm sure it was a hard year for Chain also. I knew then that it was like, okay, like whatever. So I'm with my friends, like everything's back to normal, it'll be great. And then, so we're on the plane, we get to Israel, and the first thing we see when we get to Israel, my first thing that I remember is Cherie, like coming up to us. I'm pretty sure she was wearing her glasses. She looked really frazzled, and she was like, okay guys, we're going through the airport, like blah blah blah. We're just like, so we're running through the airport, we get on the bus, and I'm like, there's fruit for us, and everything's organized, and we're like really tired, but the bus is there, and like, I think that was like the first thing that happened when I got here. And after that, everything just like fell in beautifully. Like everything was organized all the time, and you know, it just ran really well. And you know, we don't think about it that often, but every once in a while, Sarit or Noam or Sugar would be like, guys, like, you don't realize how much goes into this. And I'd think about it and be like, yeah, like, for sure. And then it kind of hit me when we were doing the thing we just did with the 5 evaluations. And there were like 40 billion different things on it, like
80 billion.
I didn't know what they were. Like I had to ask like for all of them because I just didn't know what they were. And then I realized for every single one, Efrat was like behind that, like doing things, like every single thing there was like a person that she had to talk to and like call probably more than once, and like there was like 40 million things on that list, and I was like, okay, wow, like it made me really, really appreciate, and I think all of us really appreciate just the amount of work that has gone into this trip has been ridiculous, and we had to do nothing. Like we sat around on the tour bus and in our hostel, and just we're incredibly, incredibly thankful for all the work that you have put in, for the connections and just making it run smoothly all the time. And now, on to Kayla. I had bullets in my head. I had bullets in my head, but it's not going away. So the first memory I think we all have of Kayla is the "You Try, You Fly" speech, which became.
But I was wearing my Camp Out moustache.
You were wearing your Camp Out moustache shirt, and you had the sweatshirt too, I think. So. I mean that brightened everything, but I think like the first thing we were like, okay, so you're gonna come yell at us every so often, like whatever, keep us in shape, whatever. But it was
hard ass.
But that's not really what happened. You would pop up every now and then. It was kind of like whenever you talk to pop up, like whatever. But it ended up being that you would come and say really, really thoughtful things and just really interesting things. You're super knowledgeable, and I don't think I appreciated it until we got to the Bullet Factory, and it was just amazing. I was blown away by the amount that you knew about it and the way you made something. I mean, it was a hot day. We were all kind of like whatever, but I think we were all super engaged. We were all blown away by the way that you engaged us in the topic. Like, it's a very interesting topic, but then you also made sure to like bring in things like these are 17 and 18-year-olds, like they're your age, like you just brought in pieces of information that really engaged us into the topic, and I think that doesn't come very often in a tour. And so we just wanted to say thank you for everything that you've done for us and for favoring us. We know you favor us, but it's fine. Like, it's fine. You don't have to answer anything. Whatever.
I can neither confirm nor deny these reports.
Fine, fine. All I wanted was a smile. So, in conclusion, I just wanted to say that Kesha has put on an amazing, amazing tour and gone above and beyond any expectations that I personally had, and I think as a group we had, because we constantly talk about how we had no idea what it was going to be like, and I think we've really pulled together as like a new group and just made it the best that it could possibly have been.